Hey guys, I wanted to put this into the video really quickly before we begin. So, I have some sad news. My grandpa actually died recently of stage 4 lung cancer. I know it's very sad, so that's why I haven't been posting any plush videos or gameplay reviews. I only really had time to do animations. This channel is kind of meant for things that I have fun doing. That's the main reason why I make this channel. So the only fun thing that I had time to do was animation. So yeah, so that's why I didn't really have any time to. I just wanted to get that quick little update. I'm not going to be stopping like the gameplay, like the review videos or the plush movies. I was just like, didn't really have time to do them. So, hopefully, you understand. Well, thank you, and let the real video begin. Hello there, you are watching Mason Classic Games. Ow! I hate this!
Hi, Classic Gamers! My name is Mason. Welcome to another review video on the Mason Classic Games channel. So, what are we going to be covering today? Well, this one's going to be obscure. Like, really obscure. I told people if they know what it is, and they have no idea what it's about, so. This is I have no mouth, and I must scream. The video game. Ignore that. Anyways, so, you're probably wondering, what does I have no mouth and I must scream is? Well, I'll tell you, in the simplest forms, 5 people, it takes place in a version where, like, a war broke out, and it just went on and on and on, until it was too much. So the government decided to make a supercomputer called AM, which stands for Allied Master Computer. And it decides to obliterate the whole human history, the entire humanity, except for 5 people, and tortures them beyond human comprehension. Yeah, I know, what a happy story. So anyways, they decided to turn that into a license game. And you're probably wondering, how do we turn an 11-page book into a game? Well, you don't. It's so different. It might as well be called I have no eyes, but why can I not get a service dog? So yeah, that's what we're dealing with. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So when you go onto the first screen, you notice that this is gonna be a poorly aged experience, and yeah, you're right. So, who are our characters? And what's happening in this game? Well, I'll tell you in the simplest of terms. So, guys, the plot of this wonderful game is that all of these 3 humans are given a chance by AM. Yeah, don't think it's supposed to be AM. Even though that's weird, because in the original story, that was actually just AM's brain, and they were actually inside the computer. So, that's a weird thing. So anyways, he decided to give them a chance to prove themselves. If they are changed people, he will let them free from their endless tortures. I know it sounds a lot like hell, but why don't we get to meet our cast, okay, before we have any judgment? Even though, with their stock animations, I have no hope for them, but I could be wrong. That could be my thing. I could be absolutely wrong. We have my personal favorite cast of any media, and it cannot be improved. The main character of Atlantis the Lost Empire, disgusting ape man, a generic black woman, old man that obviously has a face disease, and finally, for our finale, we got Captain Clark as our finale. I know, it's such an amazing roster, it cannot be improved.
And you're probably all wondering why, even though I said in the beginning that it's so different, it might as well not be called I'm No Mouth and I Must Scream. I did some Google research on the original story that this is based off of, and apparently they weren't suspended in cages being tortured. Nah, they were just like, it was more like, they're like, imagine being like stranded on an island. Like, that type of thing. Like, you just get what I mean? To me, it's just a weird change, but whatever. Anyways, before we get into Gorister's level, that's the Milo guy. So, before we, get into this, I just wanted to say the reason you may have been noticing I have the audio mute, because it's a point-and-click adventure game. And this video has been in the vault for like a very long time. So, I don't want to mess up and do a take again. It'll just feel like a bunch of audio is colliding. So that's why I have it mute, if you're wondering. So, it's for your own, let's just say, amusement pleasure. So, as you can tell, it's a point-and-click game with some very, let's just say, poorly aged graphics. Let's just say. But, anyways, what do you do? So, Gorister level is on a Zeppelin. Yeah, that's right, a Zeppelin. They have an amazing track record, trust me, he'll be fine. But anyways, so, his point is that he needs to prove that he basically wants to die. I mean, hey, if I had this ugly of a face, I would want that too. And he has to basically learn that he wasn't the cause of his wife going into a mental asylum. So that's why. And if you're wondering about the audio, I specifically picked gameplay that has the subtitles so you can follow along with the story in the background. So anyways, and also, it has the greatest line in fiction. This one is very special because it has the greatest line in fiction that cannot be improved. It is top tier quality of fiction.
This hole in my chest aches like a son of a bitch.
So what we find in Gorister's level is an actual human heart on the side of the Zeppelin, and for some weird reason this makes Gorister really happy, and we use it as an item, and trust me, it will come in handy. So this is where it gets a bit tricky. It's not because of the puzzles are hard, okay? Deflating the airbags are pretty hard, let's just say. Stop judging me, okay? It's pretty hard. Pretty hard, okay? So, what you have to do to pull the plinth back is to pop the airbags, but not pop them too much. Too much, so it can safely land. Let's just say it's very difficult. See, here it is right now. If you do it too much, you die, and Anne saves you at the last second, meaning you have to grab all your items all over again. And trust me, it is hard as it sounds. Other than that, it's fine. And since, these types of games are more for the story, not actually the gameplay, that's what most point-and-click adventure games are, we're just gonna get into the story. As you can see, the CGI blimp lands. It's very poorly CGI, let's just say. We go down into the hatch, and find the bar that says Gorister. Yeah, I know, very creative name. So anyways, in the bar, there's this weird talking dog which only speaks in riddles, and he'll only help us if we give him, get this, a heart. Yep, that's right, a human heart. And apparently Gorister doesn't like his smart mouth. But anyways, what happens when you actually feed him the heart? Well, he'll tell you to go into the restroom and flush it 3 times, which sounds like a very, very, way to waste water. That was just like pressing buttons on your remote constantly to waste the battery. I know why, I'm just saying. Anyways, and when you also go into the bar and wait a little bit, you can also talk to your dad, Harry, but he's a bit cuckoo. Look at the subtitles, okay, while I'm talking, and I want you to see he doesn't want to answer any questions. As you can see, He says the same thing over and over. So what do, you may be wondering? You have to give him a drink. Yep, that's right. You have to give him a drink in order to answer things. And this is where he goes a bit crazy because for some weird reason, he's saying that Gorister is dead, and that for some weird reason, they were to kill him, to sacrifice him to Am, and you could probably, and I don't need to point out what's wrong with that, but I guess you could tell, and anyways, and you probably see in the subtitles that he said, Elin, what do you mean by Elin? You know about that hint about flushing the toilet 3 times? This is what this is for. So when you flush the toilet 3 times, and yes, this part is annoying because you have to use the animation over and over, but what's also another thing is, so you go to a meat locker where we meet Edna, and I know what you may be wondering. It's a Smurf with disgusting human skin stapled to it, and you would be right, but this is Gorister's mother-in-law, and she has some choice words to say, let's just say. She is probably, unironically, one of the greatest characters in this game, and you're about to see why. Wait until you see what happens when you simply talk to her. Like, look at her, okay? So, see, that's a pretty reasonable question, and she just complains, and complains, and complains, and complains the entire time, and it's absolutely hilarious. Like, seriously. Like, you could hear the conversation and the subtitles. Again, if I turned on the audio, again, it'll crash again, and I want it to be for your viewing pleasure. So she says, like, oh, it's always best for the family and stuff, and all that. And anyways, we ask her important questions that, like, oh, what do you mean by you sacrificed me to Am? And she basically says, oh, Gorister, it was just a mistake. I killed you, Gorister. I really did kill you, and I want to get out of here before Am gets me. Like, stuff like that, and just like what? Like, what is happening? I just got here. Gorister just got here. Like, look at, she's even doing it. She's, like, literally saying, like, oh, you're a truck driver. It's not rocket science. I need to get on that Zeppelin. What a disgusting woman. And, like, literally, she killed her own son. This is Gorister's mother-in-law. Gee, thank you, mama. Fine then, screw you, jerk. I'll ask you. Oh, and by the way, guys, it's all worth it because it gets better at the end. It gets so much better. But first, I kind of want to show you guys how funny this interaction is with the audio on.
Am, you bastard. What have you done? She can't talk. All she can do is drool out of the side of her mouth. My God, what have I done? It looks like I can't escape you, Edna, even in the belly of Am.
Why would you want to escape from me, Gorister? We're family, after all.
You were always telling Glynis how much you hated me.
Now, Gorister, I was just concerned about my baby. Glynis was so lonely with you always being out on the road. I know you were doing the best you could.
Edna, you bitch. I know all about your plot to murder me.
I had to make a deal with Am. I had to. I've always been harsh on you, I admit. But we're the last people on Earth. Let's help each other now.
Why should I trust my own murderer?
Alliances change, Gorister. Something's gone wrong. Am's two Conrads don't listen to me anymore. I need you, and you need me. It's that simple. You truck-driving son of a bitch! This is for me and my baby!
Let me go!
I've got got you now, Gorister. And if you think you'll ever escape me, you've got some new thinking to do.
Please, I'll do anything you ask.
I don't know what's come over me, Gorister. Can you ever forgive me? I've been hanging here for so long, I'm not thinking straight. A sip of that milk will clear my head.
No, I don't trust you.
Gorister, let me down or I'll scratch your eyes out, you worthless excuse for a man! Why would you want to escape from me, Gorister?
It ends with you, get this, blowing up the bar. I'm serious, by the way. You blow up the bar for an ending. What an ending to the first level of the game. Anyway, since Gorister, was cheating by blowing up the bar, and it's so annoying because you had a Gorister. You know what? You actually played a Gorister so stupid that you actually kind of deserved the electric cage, because that was stupid. Why did you have to blow up the bar? Nobody was telling you to. But hey, I guess Gorister does Gorister things. Okay, before we start off with after Gorister's level, this is the part where I'm going to show screenshots because I'm going to be at the risk of being demonetized by talking about this section. So, make sure you understand perfectly. So, the generic black lady, apparently her name is Edna. I could be saying that completely wrong, so get ready for the comment sections of this video. So the point is that Edna is in a period temple for her simulation to prove that she has changed. So what she basically has to do is to face her fears because she has a wife beater for a husband. And you could totally tell where this is going. So, what basically happens that, wife beater and stuff, she needs to prove herself, and it goes to some dark places. So that's why I'm showing screenshots, because I'm nervous it's gonna say something that YouTube wouldn't like on the screen here. I know I don't get paid for it, but for non-paid creators, it just means that your video is not gonna go up, so it's extra annoying, so that's why, so please bear with me. Oh, and see this weird blue thing with the water? Yeah, so that's supposed to be Am's good side, but it's a trick. He actually locks you inside the pyramid, which results in a fail. So, that's why, it's a bit... So that's why, it's that. And also, I hate this section because not only Am is risking me a demonetization, and he's hurting my ears because you can't hear anything.
When you want me to die, you give up so easily.
Screw you. It's been 109 years of torment. When does it all end?
If Am has his way, never. You'll be immortal and you'll walk on nails forever.
So, can you help me with anything?
I'll give you something you need. Something you overlook.
And also, they cover the topic with enough respect as it deserves, which is a plus. But anyways, guys, I love her punishment. Can I tell you why? It's so easy. It's just a door threatening to close. Man, she got it so easy compared to the guy getting electrocuted. Seriously, this is the one I'll prefer.
Yes, you're made of sterner stuff than I calculated, Gorister. Interesting. Here's a new burden for you while I attempt to resolve this miscalculation.
Next up is Benny, the disgusting 8-man level. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this one is probably, not that interesting, personally. It does have high hopes. Hey, I think it might be because I had high hopes, because it starts out with one of the greatest intros in any media.
This cavern isn't like any of the others Am has sent me to. It's full of life, not death. Am, you son of a bitch! You've cleared my mind but crippled my legs.
Amazing, I
barely
know.
walk.
And you guys are probably wondering, why is he an ape man? Well, the reason why, it's because Am turned him this way. I know, shocking, I'm aware, but with that being said, it's just that, well, guess what? So, oh yeah, and also, guys, oh yeah, the fruit. So, anyway, so, if you eat any fruit, you cough out blood. That's it. Anyway, I know, anticlimactic, but anyways, you're supposed to help the boy by not being targeted by the villagers for sacrifice after his mom got sacrificed. That's supposed to be the point, and yep, that's the blood coughing off. You can barely see it. I mean, come on, boy. Anyways, okay, so, anyways, you may be wondering, how do we help the boy? You may be wondering, how do we help this boy? So we take care of him like the mother would. Just tell him that you protect him, you feed him and stuff, and you need to prove to these three idiots that you are a changed man. Even though, personally, if somebody went up to me that killed me a long time ago and they looked like this, I would be not forgiving him at all, because him looking like that is a disgrace to everybody, personally. I mean, look at his face! That's so disturbing! Look at the cracks inside of it! Oh my god! Personally, he kind of deserves it. I mean, like, literally he killed anybody who didn't come up to their standards. I mean, come on. But anyways, he tries to prove that he's a changed man. And you may be wondering if he does so anyways, you need to show when you take care of the boy, the entire thing is just you take care of the boy, you go back to the graves, talk to them, they'll forgive you, and then just do that for every single grave. And how do we help them, you may be wondering? Well, by taking the pieces of his dead mother after he got sacrificed. Yeah, for some weird reason, whenever Am sacrifice people, they turn into weird metal parts. So, yeah, isn't that great for the kid? Anyways, so it's just the reason why I'm not talking about that this much as the other sections. Can I tell you why I'm not talking about it as much as the other sections? Do you really want to know? It's just basic. Kid wants food, you give him food. Kid want toy, you give him toy. Kid does not want to be sacrificed, you give him toy to hide in miniature hole. I mean, literally the game tries to trick you. You can make it more interesting by asking if you can eat the kid, but what happens is just that Am says sacrifice the newcomer, and he Star Trek beams you up and you have to retry this entire thing again, so that means going back for the boys' parts. And I'm not joking, by the way, when I say that this entire game is just this entire level is just So now what's nimdoc? Okay, let's see. So according to this, he's a German scientist. Oh no, I can't show this, can I? I can't show him, this. Anyways, before I could get demonetized, Am tortures him. Yeah, let's just go with that. So Ted's up next, and his level, oh boy, this level. This one is the funniest out of all of them, and I'm not joking about that. It is hilarious. You go to the castle, and every single lady in that castle wants to mate with you. They just say, oh, hey there, hotshot, you look handsome. Anyways, okay, fine, I'm getting sidetracked. What about Ted's? He's a douchebag, and he needs to prove he's not a douchebag. But how he's gonna prove that, you ask? Well, good thing, because there's this lady, Elin. It's a fake Elin, don't worry. Is sick, and she wants to commit die. So that's why. So can I tell you what this means? And I'm not joking when I say this. It gets funnier, and I know a bunch of ladies just wanting to mate with you. They're all just like, oh, come on, honey, sleep with me. It's just like, lady, just say, hey, I want to mate with you. Just say that. Oh my god. Why is everybody in this castle is a psychopath? Oh my god. Anyways, it gets funnier. It gets somehow even more funnier. The effing devil comes and he's going to take her away. This game is insane. Like, what am I playing? Oh my god. So, you know how I said the book is inconsistent and stuff? Well, none of this happens in the book. If it did, it would be counted as a comedy book, but that's besides the point. The funny thing is, too, that the devil even says that Am is control of hell. It's basically this, but more people. I just cannot get over this. And an angel is going to come too. It's absolutely hilarious. Am I the only one that finds this so funny? Funny. It's just, and it's just crazier to me because it's like right next to like wife beater, and then after that is a freaking douchebag trying to go to the surface world. Yeah, that's right. He summons an even bigger demon. See this person right here? That's another demon. He's stuck here until we have a trade. So guess what we trade for? The key to the surface world. Yep, that's right. A key to the surface world. World 2. And the only way to do it is by love. And since we're cheating on, the fake Elin, it doesn't really count as love. But it's the closest thing to it, so it technically counts. So, just barely. Take that of what you will, but anyway, so Ted asks for the key to the surface world, and anyways, he has to make her look into the mirror, die of ugliness in her soul, and it'll unlock the gate to the surface world. Sounds fun, right? Well, it gets even better. Anyways, an angel appears, and we ask, about, the angel to please save us from the tortures of Am, and it says, Christ is in your hand. Like, what do you mean the Christ is in your hand? What do you mean by that? Like, what do you mean by the Christ is in your hands? Like, what, the power of Christ? Lady, Angel, do you know what we do every single day of our lives in this disgusting palace? Like, do you know, the tortures that we gone through? Man, see, that's why your good old pal Lucifer, that's why your good old pal Lucifer got kicked out of heaven, because God wanted him to cut that crap out. That's the reason why. The Lord is in your hand. What does that even mean? Like, what are you talking about? I'm sorry about that little rant. I'm Christian, as you can tell. Man, my God, horrible. And the reason why, guys, I'm not telling that many jokes in this section, guys, because the jokes tell themselves. I'm not joking. The jokes tell themselves. It's hilarious. Oh my God. Okay, so at the end, it gets super duper funny. Anyways, what's funny about the ending part, that basically that this demon guy, when you get this person, oh, and by the way, the demon's name is Surgot, by the way, I probably should have said that. So anyways, he opens the gate to the surface world, but guess what? When he does bring you the gate to the surface world, you know how I said that it takes place in a world where the war just went on and on? Well, guess what? It's an absolute nuke site! Nuke site outside, so that means he can't go up! And it's funny to me, because it's just funny. It's just that, I don't know why I just find it so funny. You know this! And it's not that big of a deal if you know this, but you already know it! It even says so about they already know it, that it was a computer made in the war. They already know it. So, Ted has a half brain cell. That's what's funny about it. Here it is. Are you ready? Oh boy. Hopefully the surface world is going to be magical. I have high hopes though. Forget everything that I said. I bet it's going to be the greatest thing ever. Ever, okay? So see, Ted's going to erase the circle. So now, let's see if I was wrong. Wow, I was right. It's probably because I have something that Ted doesn't, and that's common sense. So anyway, Anne decides to cut that crap out. Perfect. I was getting sick of it. This endgame section, the AM part, made me so mad that I literally, the game has been fine so far, but this section is so poorly explained that it practically counts as an endurance test. So, let me give you the rundown. That there are humans on the moon, and that there might be a chance to save them if we destroy AM. Who sent us here? The Russian and Chinese computers, of course. The AMs. There's different types of AMs. But anyways, there's one thing about them, that they apparently, quote unquote, want to help us. By doing that, we need to shut down AMs. Id, ego, and super ego. So that's how we do it. And so anyway, of how we do that, we need to give them an outcome that they weren't expecting. And you think of how we get this exposition in this little area. You think it'll start you there? No, of course not. Why would they? That would make so much sense. Instead, it starts you here in this part. Oh, this part. This part is horrible. Okay? Oh yeah, and also, guys, what makes this horrible is this computer. If you get this password wrong, you're dead, and you need this password so they'll open up so you can get to the section with the exposition. Oh, I don't know, telling you what to do. Oh, and by the way, these are what the Russian and Chinese AM looks like. One of them looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi, and one of them looks like a member of KISS. But besides that, what do you actually do in these sections? Well, I'm glad you asked. You have to take out the ego, id, and super ego. Ego. One of them looks like a Blue Man's Group, one of them is a bull, and one of them is whatever that horrifying thing is. I have no idea what that horrifying thing is supposed to be. And I'm pretty sure I explained this before. But, you have to give them an answer that they weren't expecting in order to shut them down. And this can lead to multiple different endings. You can, get the AM wins ending, where if you die as all of your characters that you play as, the last one that you died as will be turned into a jelly creature, which is the ending of the original book. The AM, it's largely destroyed ending when you only take out the ego, just like as the Russian and Chinese computers say. They will take over AM's body and do more torture to you. And, of course, the last ending, which is, the AM is destroyed ending. We'll get to that later. But first, I need to tell you about how things work in this thing. You know how I said health? See that thing which just only used for the character reaction? If you make good decisions, it will be used as your health bar. And what happens when your health runs out? You're dead and you have to pick another person. And you think you could just pick whoever you want. Wrong. You have to pick nimdoc first, or you're screwed, by the way, because he's the only one that knows the password and you can get it easier, so you want to knock it down easily with nimdoc. And you're probably wondering, also an unrelated note, why is he named nimdoc? Well, I'm glad you asked. He has dementia, that's why, so Anne just calls him nimdoc. Anyways, about the So anyways, about of how things work and of how you lose health, well, I'll tell you. You get shocked randomly in the level for no reason.
I am so sorry for what I have done to my people. How can you take me back?
You have much to answer for, nimdoc. But acceptance of your heritage is the first step towards atonement. The rest of that road lies ahead.
Did you see that, guys? Like, how did I even do that? By just picking up something, you get electrocuted. Couldn't the Russian and Chinese computer say, oh yeah, you better watch out, sometimes you'll get effing shocked out of nowhere and lose health. So you better be careful instead of that. Like, how did I even get electrocuted there? I picked up a skull. Oh, and as you notice about nimdoc's voice acting, I have one question about it. Why couldn't they just get a German to voice him? You can hear like the American crawling out of him. It's physically painful. But you guys, so I explained everything here. It's stupid and annoying. Personally, I don't even think you need to use those totems. As long as you know what answer to give to like the id and like the super ego and everything, I think you don't need to do it. But anyways, so I don't know. Maybe you could get the win ending if you just stand there long enough. I don't really know, and I don't care, okay? And you're probably like, oh, Mason, it's not that difficult. I have a good idea. How about this? I have a better idea. How about you get the game off of Steam and play for yourself? I bet they'll go swimmingly. By the way, this is not sponsored. Oh, and can we just mention of how one of the tags on this is family sharing? You gotta love it. When you shut down all the egos, you get the Am is Destroyed ending, where all the simulations that you play blow up, and you know about that lunar colony, this is where it comes back. So, all the rest of the humans that are alive, watch the machines, and make sure Am never comes back to life, so when the new race of humans come from Earth to the moon, back, it will all be safe, and everything will be fine and back to normal. Yeah, I know, not the happiest ending, but hey, I'm hopeful. Hopefully, maybe that human colony will come back soon. Hi guys, so that was I Have No Mouth and I'm a Screamin'. Man, what a journey. What an absolute journey. And it was a journey for me. I'm sorry about Gorister's part. For some reason, the footage kind of corrupted there, so that's why I said that Gorister blows up the bar and stuff. What actually happens is that he picks up his wife in his inventory, though, which is absolutely hilarious. I just love how he can pick up his wife in his inventory. And he blows up the bar, and he does it in a stupid way. So yeah, that was it. And man, was this a journey. Anyways, bye. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention this where I give my thoughts. It's a fine game. It's fine, okay? It's actually a decent game, believe it or not. It is. Just that some of the items can be hard to find because of how small they are. And the puzzles are fine, so, hey, I guess it's worth checking out one time, maybe.